I want to tell you a little bit about my experience so far with Gen M. Gen M is a internship site, and it's structured in the way that you hire an intern for a quarter or for 3 months, and they work 10 hours a week. That's the basic structure. You pay Gen M $150 per quarter to hire an intern. I will have a link for you if you click on the whatever's around here, where you can get $25 off if you want to try this out. It is an affiliate link, but you get $25 off if you use it. And I will mention that again in the end of this video. So what I did was I signed up, and then they have a series of things that you should, steps that you should take to get started. So, the first one is to fill out your profile and put what type of job description that you're looking for. And it's very vague. You don't put like exact tasks or anything like that. You say, hey, I'm looking for someone who's interested in learning SEO, learning social media, learning, content writing, email marketing, all sorts of different things like that. And from what I can tell and from the research I've done so far is a lot of the interns are on the site because they're unpaid, but they're on the site for two reasons. One of the reasons is to get a real world experience and hopefully a recommendation from you so that they can go and do more with that information and skill set. And the other one is to become your employee down the road. So I'm happy with either of those. I like to teach, and so it's a good fit for me as far as what I would be teaching them to do. So for me, one of the things I've been trying to do is I run kids activities blog, and I have a team of about 4 to 5 people that do that on a regular basis. Like I just manage it, and then all the content, social media goes out because my team does that. So it was like, what I'd like to do is kind of the cheaper version of that for hollyhomer.com, since that website is not producing income yet. And I don't have the time or bandwidth to do all the writing, all the social media and stuff like that, or else it would be done already. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't even get content on my own site. So I started looking into, different options, and that's where I came across Gen M. I have a friend that's using it, and he had several friends that were using it as well. And there was kind of the general consensus that it's really good when it's good, and it's really bad when it's bad. Well, but when you think about it being a $150 investment for 3 months, that is a chance I was willing to take. So when you sign up for Gen M, it takes you through the different steps, and you are trying to kind of call out what you want. So I put SEO because I want them to do some sort of content writing, or once the content is written, to add some SEO, kind of from a template that I create. And then the social media. And so I was specifically looking for someone who could write and who had some experience making graphics for social media. It didn't have to be anything really extensive. All I was looking for was really an eye, because I feel like if someone has a good eye, I can show them how to use Canva or PicMonkey to, put some words, or WordSwag, put some words on some graphics. So, and that was about a week ago. And so one of the steps was to send out I think it's 20, pick 20 interns that you like the looks of that are on the platform, and send out a call out to them saying, hey, I'm looking for someone. And so I did that, and I got very, very poor results from that. What I've done though is over the days, there's been a lot of people reaching out to me, and I'm getting better results with those people. So for, the ones that I went out and found on the platform and contacted, I think only 1 out of 20 contacted me back, and they weren't that interested. And that's one of the things that I have been reading in the research, is that if you are, make sure that the intern really wants to do what you have for them, or it's not going to work. They're not being paid. So it's just not something that they're going to follow through with. But if you have something that they're really interested in and really want to learn, then that's going to be a really good fit for you. So there's been several this week that have contacted me. I've contacted them back. I've asked for a writing sample. I said it didn't have to be fancy. It could be anything. And so the ones that were interested, number one, I wanted them to have to respond back with something, because that's just another step that they're following through with something. And then the other thing, you can do interviews, either phone interviews or video interviews through the Gen M platform. So once I get a writing sample from them, everything looks good, I will set up a time, and you can do a little scheduling thing, giving them 3 different times in their time zone versus your time zone, and then set up an interview. And so today I've interviewed 3 people. I have another interview in just a few minutes. And I'm going to make a decision today from those people which one to hire. And I think that's the other thing I've learned so far is the longer this process goes for you, the more likely that somebody's going to find another position. In fact, one of my top candidates that he hadn't responded to me really quickly, but I really liked his resume and what he had provided. And sure enough, by the time I got through to him, he had already taken another position. So I think one of the things I've learned is when someone reaches out to me, if they're at all a good candidate, and their writing looks good and the conversation is good, is to hire them immediately before they find some other work. So, like I said, I have a coupon code for Gen M that will give you $25 off if you want to test it out. And then I am going to come back later and tell you more about what happened after I hired somebody and kind of the aftermath of that. All right. Well, I always love a new adventure, and I really felt like Gen M is going to give me that.